All right, so this is a video to help you guys be able to locate where the current Venus and Mercury retrogrades are happening in Aries in your personal natal charts. So I'm going to be using, you can obviously see this is Kim Kardashian's natal chart here. So I'm going to be using her as an example as we look at where this Venus and Mercury retrogrades are occurring in her chart. Um, and so, first of all, let's start with Venus because Venus went retrograde first. So she went retrograde on March 1st at 10 degrees of Aries, and she's going to retrograde all the way back to 24 degrees of Pisces by April 12th, when she will then station direct. And then Mercury station retrograde on the 15th of March at 9 degrees of Aries. And he's going to retrograde all the way back to 28 degrees of Pisces on April 7th when he stations direct. So, first and foremost, you need to be somewhat familiar, or you have to be familiar with just the glyphs that represent the different signs, because if you don't know what glyph represents Aries, then you're never going to be able to find it in your chart, right? So I'm going to show you that first. So this is Aries, this little thing that looks like horns, the ram's horns, that represents Aries. So you want to find that symbol in your chart. And for Kim, you will find it on the cusp between her fourth and fifth house. Okay. And that is at 28 degrees of Aries. So, like I said, these two retrogrades started in the earlier degrees of Aries at 9 and 10 degrees. So if her fifth house starts at 28 degrees of Aries, then logic would tell you that 9 and 10 are going to be in her fourth house, because her IC, or the cusp of her fourth house, is at 28 degrees of Pisces. So 9 and 10 degrees Aries is going to be in her fourth house. So fourth house is all about family. It's about children. It's about your roots. It can also be about your home. And I just thought that this was like it was kind of crazy how well this represented actually what's going on in Kim's chart right now. Because she's currently going through a little scandal or issue, I guess, with her ex-husband Kanye over their daughter Northwest. I guess like he just put out a song with P. Diddy, who's not exactly the most beloved person in America right now, for good reason. And so Kim is pissed off, and she is trying to, you know, I don't know, do something about that. I don't know all the details, but there's definitely an issue going on there over their daughter and over what's, the handling of their daughter. So obviously, like I said, the fourth house has to do with family and children. And um, so she is obviously rethinking, this agreement, or rethinking, trying to pull back, like get him to reverse what has happened in terms of putting out this song that involves their daughter. I also thought it was kind of interesting that these two retrogrades are opposing her Saturn in Libra. And if you don't know, this is a little off topic, but if you don't know, Saturn represents our life lesson, and kind of unsurprisingly, Kim's life lesson in this lifetime is to learn how to do relationships. So I thought that was kind of interesting because, it's kind of hitting on both of those topics for her. Her kid, also this relationship that she has with Kanye, that's an ongoing relationship that's never going to go away. And she has to like figure this situation out. I also thought it was interesting that it's kind of like an Aries themed situation as well, because Kim is having to intervene. She's having to stand up for herself. She's having to stand up for her child. She's, having to fight with him basically and fight against him to try and rectify this situation. So that's also like very Aries themed as well. So anyways, you want to find where, like I said, 9 and 10 degrees of Aries, where that is in your chart. First, you find the glyph for Aries, then you look at the number, right? And then you kind of like walk it back from there, and you can figure it out. So what else? What else did I want to say about this? I'm not going to go over what all of the different houses mean in this video, just because I don't have time for that right now. But I just wanted you to be able to find this within your own chart. You can always Google the topics of the different houses and see what they mean. And then you can blend the theme of revisiting, revising Venus themes, which are relationships, love, money, Mercury, which is like communication, contracts, business, things like that. And whatever house it's falling in. So like for Kim, okay, she is having to revisit and revise the agreement, that she has with her ex-husband when it pertains to the welfare of their daughter. So, yeah, hopefully this made sense. If it didn't, or you have any questions, let me know.